All right, so we got the 38 convertible back to the shop, and we got it in the shop, positioned over the lift. And we're gonna dig into this thing a little bit, see if we can show you a little more of what's done to it, the good and the bad. We're gonna see if we can get the wheels freed up, see if we can get the transmission freed up, see if the engine's stuck, and who knows what else. And maybe if we get time at the end, we'll try and clean the car up a little bit and get some of the raccoon and whatever other little furry creature poop out of this thing and off of it. So let's dive right in. Steve got this up in the air while I was doing some stuff, and we are ready to see the sins, good and, well, yeah, sins.
Yeah.
There's no other word for it.
All right.
So, first interesting thing is their downpipes. They loved flex pipe. Look at, this is old school hot rods here.
Look how it rusted out.
Yeah, rotted out there. But literally, it goes all the way around. You're in front of the light, Steve. You're standing in front of the
sorry.
light. There you go. Now we can see. That goes all the way, flex pipe to here, to a, is that the Smitty? Or
That's the Smitty, I think.
Like a steel pack muffler, and then there's like a big cherry bomb or whatever you want to call it, glass pack there. And they had it probably at some point went out and up and over the rear, but it rotted off. That is a little scary. That looks like braze.
It does.
Shine your light around this way.
It does.
Yeah, that does not look, that looks like it's gold colored. And it's hit with a hammer or a chisel. You saw the chisel marks where they were hammering on it. Probably why it was hot. That was definitely done with a oxyacetylene torch. Wow, that's a little scary. Well, on the other side, what's it like on the other? Oh, they bolted it with 2 bolts on the front.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they got these like track arms that go under the leaf springs on both sides. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like an early traction bar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Keep the springs from winding up.
And it looks to me like it's like a Tri-5 type rear, but I'll have to dig it apart. Somebody I'm sure that's watching will know what it is, but I'm guessing that's some kind of early GM rear, judging by the bolt, the wheels and drums. Underneath is surprisingly, I mean, it's flaky, but it's not, there's a little rot, there's a bit of rot right there.
Yeah.
But not terrible, considering. Oh, you can see at some point, somebody had the exhaust going through here. At some point in its life, because you can see it's all cut out and ovaled out there, and also over there. So at some point it had proper exhaust that went through. Oh, that is a giant fuel pump.
Yeah.
It's an old Stuart Warner fuel pump there.
The fuel lines and the wire for the pump were all chewed off by the mice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were getting a little hungry there. So the trans, oh, that's like a little GM peanut trans.
It is.
That's like a Tri-5 Chevy.
Yep, little 3-speed.
Little 3-speed. Oh, look. That might be why the shifter didn't move for me. Look, what is jammed in the shifter? Is that like a acorn or a...
It could be.
Or a rock? Yeah, I couldn't get the shifter to move, but there's something jammed between the linkage there. That thing might move out of gear now.
Yeah.
Gotta knock whatever that is out of the way. I couldn't get under it.
Yeah, oh no.
But yeah, it just looks like some kind of, I don't know, but that looks like the ones I've seen before that are like the Tri-5. You know, and they got the drive shaft in it. Now it all looks pretty good. In the back here, they just torch cut some plate that's obviously from something else. You can see where the old bolt holes were. Off of their local bridge or something.
Yeah.
And then there's a piece of spring steel or something there.
Oh my God.
That's bolted in. It's all just bolted into the edges of the frame. Good God. Yeah, that's a little scary. But that's real old hot rodding. So, curious to see if the rear is even straight in the car. That'll be another
You
thing.
might be asking a lot.
So, yeah, so far not so bad. We're gonna work on seeing if we can get the wheels freed up a little easier. Steve noticed that, the brakes were leaking there, surprisingly, so there was still some brake fluid in the thing. The rear has some kind of oil in it because it's leaking there, so You can see there's hair from like a raccoon or something all over the grease underneath this thing when I was crawling under it. Great.
Oh, beautiful.
So yeah, we're gonna try to get these wheels freed up, see what's going on. I'm hoping that shifter up there is what's sticking it in gear, and then everything will free up. That would be the best case scenario. So see if we can get a chisel or a wrecking device in there and get whatever the heck that is out of there. So let's see if we can extract that stone or whatever it is. Oh.
Is it loose?
Yeah, that doesn't feel like anything that would
Oh, no.
stop it from shifting, although, no. That might be shit. God.
Ah, damn it! Mummified poop!
Got me again.
I wonder what this is. Oh my God!
I've been so good about wearing my gloves until right now.
Yep,
I
right
don't
on
think the poop, well, maybe poop might be like rock, but yeah, I held it like, oh, that looks like a piece of petrified poop.
Yeah!
Isn't hot rodding fun?
Isn't it? The glamorous life of a YouTube. Oh, dude! Missed this.
What is it? Yeah, that does look like a soup can holding the exhaust together.
Oh yeah, Campbell's soup. They make great muffler band-aids.
Oh my God. That worked out. Whatever it takes.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Oh, that one moves fine.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't know which that. Yeah, because actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think these, one is reversed in first gear.
Reverse in first and second and third.
Yeah,
Yep.
so one of these, like that might be first in reverse. And that's what's stuck right now. We might need to bang it.
Yep.
But I don't know what's neutral to get it.
Let me see if I can.
So, well, we don't want to put it in two gears, so I'm trying
No.
to figure out what's.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just. So that's a gear. That feels like neutral because that's center, and then I can go one more.
Okay.
So that's neutral. That's something. So right there feels like neutral. So see if you can turn that. Try that. Here, let me hold this.
Yep. Just moved. Just went. I just felt the detent clicked into something. Yep. There you go.
That was something. That almost sounds like reverse.
Could be.
It doesn't move very much.
No, it doesn't. That's got a very short throw.
Wait.
It turned.
The rear turn.
Yep.
There we go. All right, so we're in neutral.
Oh, that wheel turned too.
Yeah,
The right rear wheel turned.
we're in neutral at least.
Yep.
All right, so we confirmed we're in neutral. So we probably were stuck in a gear.
Yep.
And we had to move. Maybe the petrified poop was doing it.
I think it was the poop.
I gotta look up. Toby, I give you an amount. I thought you were writing it down. I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yep. It's loose everywhere, but right here.
Or is it bringing the shoes with it?
No, it's pretty loose down here. Well, maybe, yeah, you could be right.
Could be pulling the shoes off with it.
Actually, where's your, do you have your light here?
Yep.
This thing's broken here.
Yeah, the drum was missing a chunk out of it there.
So if we have to, we could break the drum. Because it's a drop-in axle, so we could still bolt the wheel back on.
Yep.
Yeah, we might be pulling on the... Alright, so after some fighting, Steve got it off. It looks like they were just rusted, like you can see right here on the edges. Just rusted to the ridge, but he did get it to break free. So
Didn't even mess them up. We're reusing them.
Yeah, we're gonna reuse those suckers. 'Cause we're cheap SOBs.
Yep.
So we can clean up the drum. How's the drum look on the inside? It's actually not bad.
terrible.
Just gotta clean up that little bit of rust.
It's nice and thick. It's got a lot of meat on it. That was a new drum not terribly long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like I took a chunk out of it there too, though.
No, somebody else did as well. So
Yeah.
you're all right. So we're gonna clean this up just so that it spins, and then we will continue forward. But now we should be able to spin this rear. Yeah, just by hand I was spinning it. So now we should be able to spin the rear and on this side. So we were worried.
Look at that.
So we were worried that maybe the rear was broken or something, but it seems fine.
Spinning the drive shaft. Heck
So
yeah.
we're good. So we get that back together, and this thing will roll around, which is pretty exciting.
Oh yes.
All right, so we all worked together, and we got all the wheels spinning. This has some kind of weird brake shoes in it that are maybe, we're guessing, some kind of weird early organic material that's melting off the brake shoes. So this wheel spins, but it's still a little sticky. Both sides are. The rear, Steve worked and soaked everything and got all the adjusters loose, and the rear spins on both sides, and we're doing pretty good there. Let's see the other wheel spinning there. Drive shaft is spinning. So we got the running gear all freed up. So what we're going to do is we're hoping the shifter works now that we got it kind of freed up. Put it in gear and maybe rock the car, or we'll put a bar on the breaker bar on it. But we're going to put it down and see if we can get the engine to turn over maybe a little bit, which is our next step. So we got the shifter. I got it into some sort of gear. I don't know how the shifter works.
Yep.
It's actually the Hurst shifter, but that's jammed into some sort of gear.
It's probably the same shift pattern as an early Ford Trans.
Yeah, I don't know. So let's see if we rock it.
That ain't moving shit.
Yeah, that engine might be stuck.
Yeah.
Try a different gear.
Crank is not moving whatsoever.
Why does the belt look like it's moving? The fan looked like it was moving. You can see the fan rocking back and forth.
I think it's just moving. The crank pulley's not moving at all. If you want to stand here and look at it, I'll push.
Well, I was looking at the fan.
Move this here to double check smart work. Ready?
Yep. Nope, you're right. That crank ain't doing nothing.
That crank ain't going nowhere.
Ain't even thinking about turning. So we're working on cleaning this car out and vacuuming, and I lifted up the back seat, and there is like definitely something was living underneath of the seat here. We have a nice packed in section of stuffing and insulation and whatever. I think I saw when we had the car near, there was a rot spot right in here, and I'm gonna guess that's because of mouse/raccoon pee, probably mouse. So we had a nice little colony of critters living in this thing. So gotta dig all that out, try and clean these seats up. I got the other one over on leaning over there on the bench there, and it's actually cleaned up pretty good. So let me get this out, scoop all this out, put the mask on, and get this cleaned out, and then we'll continue to vacuum out and try and get this thing close to sort of sanitary. We'll see. Oh, yep, that's why it's rotten. Surprisingly, that wasn't. It was all kind of contained. Yep, that's why there's a rot hole right there, because it was right where the nest was.
Was it?
Yep.
Goddamn mice.
I don't know. Floor in this thing would be nearly perfect if it wasn't for that.
Right.
Well, worst thing we gotta do is patch one little area. That's it. At one point, this car was a living organism. Right? found some more rot holes. Alright, the rest we can probably get the shop back in here. I got most of the grossness out, and then we'll get some odor gone. Also, get rid of the odor and also clean. All in one.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a believer in that stuff after the Model A.
Hey, it's blue under there. Who would have thought? We work a couple long days, we could have this thing on the road in no time.
Right? You take it for a road test before the snow flies.
That would be kind of the goal. Put them back in here in a few minutes. Car already looked like $1 million comparatively.
Well, you can see the floor.
Yeah, that's a
That's a big deal.
yeah. When you're working with cars like this, that's the first step. Like I always say, small victories. Let's get something done to make it look a little better than the last time you tinkered with it. Evicting all the mice. Raccoons is number one. Think of how many lives this car's lived already.
Right. Yeah.
It's been through a lot. At some point, this car was stock and somebody bought it off the showroom floor, brand new.
Right. Someone was really excited about picking that up at a dealer one day in 1938.
Yep. Got my 1938 convertible. And then some punk hot rodder ruined it.
Uh-huh.
Ruined it. And then it got ruined again with a Pontiac engine. How dare they put blue interior in this thing?
Right. That's not a stock color.
How dare you do anything cool? We're gonna be cruising for chicks in this in no time. Confusing my neighbors with more junk cars to come in. In fact, there's a different car every time I see him.
Right.
What the heck's going on over there? Oh, that's so much better.
I did find 2 8-inch plugs. 2 more 8-inch.
Nice.
Did not think that was that hard.
Well, I've been buying like it, you know, saving all the freaking plugs I come across at the States. So. Man, we're looking better already. You want to run that vacuum across the bottom? See the bottom of this door card is covered. Just gonna be wipe this. Oh, the door card's blue. Look at that. Need another rag for that white. Do need to clean these rear door cards. Can you grab that that seat back and bring it over? Oops. I got it. I think that's right. Those hooks probably hook into that wood there. Really, that's probably those front wheels with those shoes that are all dummy. I want to get out the track. All right, so we got the car pushed out. We worked on cleaning the interior yesterday just because we had some extra time and had some help. And the seats actually came up. I'll walk the other side around the shadow. Seats came up, and the interior came up for very, very nicely for how. I mean, I didn't even go crazy with toothbrushes on it, so it'll come up a lot better. But surprising, like, I mean, down here, we had all kinds of junk and crap. We use this odor gone stuff that really helped. It doesn't smell like raccoon and mouse piss anymore. So that is key. So what we're gonna work on now is getting the outside cleaned off. The paint is extremely fragile. We're gonna probably lose 80% of the paint on this car, I'm gonna guess. But we need to get the thing so we can work on it and not get covered in dirt and feces and whatever else. So Steve's gonna fire up the power washer. Unfortunately, we're gonna take away our little raccoon paw prints to artwork on it. Take a couple photos of that for memory, and then we're gonna clean her off. This is one of these ones where we're not even going to try and get in there and nicely clean it. Steve's going to just power wash the mess because the engine's already extremely stuck.
But we need to get all this great, yummy stuff off of there. Have at it.
All right, so we got this thing pushed back inside. Steve did a great job of power washing it and trying to be as gentle as possible. We lost a lot of paint, but we got rid of all the biohazard, I think, or most of it at this point. And the car is really solid. I mean, there was only a handful of sins that we came across that were just old body work. This door at some point probably flew open or something, and it has a repair at that door hinge, and the body filler popped off there. There's a spot where they had filled a dent or fixed something there, and the lead and the filler popped out. Same on that back quarter there. But there wasn't anything real crazy. You can see kind of right here, there's multiple colors of blue. So this car was more of a like medium blue, and then the blue that was the last was like a metallic, which is kind of cool. I really like this last color that it was. You could also see that the running boards at some point were actually white, and then probably when it was sprayed the last time, they didn't even tape off the running boards, and there's all kinds of overspray on them. But at one point this car had white running boards, rubber, you know, maybe they just sprayed fabric paint or whatever, spray paint on it, I don't know, which is pretty cool. Big dent here that they just filled and it popped out. It's kind of funny because that literally could have been hammered and dollied out and been a lot better, but hey, whatever. But anyways, that popped out. If we open the hood here, I don't know if we mentioned it in the last kind of initial video we did on this thing. It has a Pontiac engine, as we mentioned. Now that we got it washed off, we could kind of look at stuff better. The part number on the intake appears to be a 5960 Pontiac 389. Yeah, pretty cool. It's still stuck, very stuck, unfortunately. Pedals are, I believe, like 50s or 60s era Ford pedals, which is common. The Stroll car has a similar setup. Dual master cylinder, had a homemade bracket underneath for the trans and hydraulic clutch. So it's a 389 Pontiac, and the trans underneath, we realized, is a Tri-5 Chevy trans. Little 3-speed, I call them a peanut transmission, little tiny thing, open drive, hooked to the Pontiac. So I guess maybe the bolt pattern was the same because it didn't look like a special adapter on there. And then the rear on this thing, I was wrong initially when we first filmed the video the first time around. It has a shoebox Ford rear in it, and it's the same as the Stroll car has, which is kind of interesting because this is built the same time period from what we can tell from the parts on it, or last built. So it's got a shoebox Ford rear, which is essentially a Ford 7-inch rear. Looks very much like a 8 or 9 inch. It's just smaller and has a 7-inch ring gear on it. So it has this weird suspension setup on it. This parallel leaf setup with this, I don't know, for lack of a better term, what do you want to call it, rod that they have here. Traction, I guess it's a traction bar. It's like, lack of a better term, it's like a traction bar. It's jammed underneath the spring. I can't imagine it wouldn't smash on the spring, but the bracket for the shackle is like brazed to the frame, real sketchy, and bolted with like 2/4 inch bolts or 3/8 bolts. And then underneath it's got similar setup, but the way they did this, the car sits really awkward in the rear. It's like ridiculously high, and it looks silly. And kind of looking at it, there's not a good way to lower it because without like monstrous drop blocks, because the rear is already on top of the leaf springs, so that, you know, flipping the rear trick is, you know, already kind of there, done. So yeah, I don't know. So we have to kind of decide what we want to do with this car. But I hate how the rear suspension is. It looks stupid. It sits stupid. I don't know. So we're gonna have to reevaluate that. I don't really know what we want to do with the car, but a lot of neat stuff on the car. It is very, very cool. The car is something we're going to hold on to. So people have asked already since the videos we've done, is it for sale? As soon as I post a photo on Instagram, I had people hitting me up asking to buy it. This one's one that, since we first found out about it, is one I kind of wanted to mess with. I think it's a neat car. I've never had a 38. It's a convertible. I've never had a convertible that's in that kind of 37 to 40 range, and I've always wanted one. So I think this is a good candidate. We're gonna do some stuff to it, get it back on the road. I don't know what yet exactly. So we might put a flathead back in it. We might put a different engine. We might get the Pontiac running. I don't really know yet. We'll decide as we start working out, like we always say. Let the car speak to us and see what we can do, but it's definitely a good candidate to save, I know that. So that's all we have for this one, cleaning up the 38 Deluxe convertible. Had a lot of fun doing it. It's very satisfying to now be able to see what the car was, and we could start listening to the car and trying to figure out the history on it. Drop us a comment down below. Let me know what you think we should do with it as far as the drivetrain and styling and all that stuff like that. I'd love to hear your opinion if you own the car. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.